in right around there almost every night. This was just old-fashioned mollywhopping the Sixers put on the Timberwolves. Nobody happier than Jimmy Butler.
Heat and Bucks. Hassan Whiteside destroys Brook Lopez at the rim.
Whiteside sighting. Wow.
Yeah.
That's like a lunar eclipse, right? How long they coming? Did we see one recently, or we probably won't see him, huh?
Not very often. About once a month we see him in the highlights.
UNC Notre Dame. Carolina turns it over, but Seventh Woods sticks with the play for the chase down block.
Jenna Wolf during the break really convinced Seventh Woods might have been named after a Seinfeld episode.
I bet you he was, and y'all laughed at me.
I will lay
how much? I'll make the bet.
Money against $1 that Seventh Woods, who was born in 1999, was not named after a Seinfeld.
I bet you that's when the episode came on. I'm putting my dollar down.
Okay.
High school hoops. Noah Farrakhan from IMG Academy in Florida drives to the basket. Over 2 defenders.
Oh, Noah, my goodness, this is hard to believe. He's outside the dotted line, goes airborne. IMG, they got some good athletes down there playing basketball and football.
See, a little Tom Chambers factor, where like you hit the guy and it makes you go a little bit higher.
Shoulder got him a little lift.
Yep.
Dave Ermacher, look it up for me. Moving to one of the most entertaining offenses this NFL season.
Yeah, I think there's a culture problem.
In the Chiefs, I don't know, you don't know. More specifically, the Patrick Mahomes-Tyreek Hill combo, arguably the best quarterback and the fastest wide receiver. The two linked up for 12 touchdowns and nearly 1,500 yards. You know you're good when a member of the Patriots takes the time to dish out high praise.
There's not a lot of guys like that walking around the face of the earth. So, and I don't think it's just that he's fast. I think it's the ability that he has to accelerate and reach top speed is second to none in this league, certainly. And I tell you, he's not just a fast guy anymore. He came in the league, and he's a fast guy. Well, yeah, he's a fast guy, but he can hurt you in a ton of ways, and I think he showed that this year. You know, he's an all-pro as a receiver. He'll always be an all-pro in my book as a return man because of what he can do anytime he touches the ball. So he cause you to lose some sleep at night, that's for sure.
All right, CC, talk about Tyreek Hill's transformation a little bit. When did he really develop, and how did he develop into an all-pro wide receiver?
It all started, I think it all started a couple years ago when they just became intrigued and they started looking at him more than just a returner. Because when he has the type of speed, it is frightening. And Mattew Slater, he's one of the smartest guys that we have in the league. Great story, great special teams player. He's terrified because he knows in a cold, frigid climate, it's a special teams game. And he realizes that even on a slippery surface, even if it's sub-zero, even if the wind is blowing 15, 20 miles an hour, it don't matter to a cheetah. Like, he's the fastest guy with the football in his hand in the NFL. It's no hype to it. So when they started developing him, getting the ball in his hands offensively, and for me, his own personal development, when you can start to see that he started to transition from I'm going to learn football, and he started to learn routes. He started to go into the slot. And you can only have your most sophisticated wide receivers playing in the slot. So it talks about his ability to be able to commit himself to trying to work on his route running, working on his overall hands. Small people have small feet and they have small hands, but he can make spectacular catches in traffic. And typically those attributes don't go with a very speedy wide receiver. They don't like to be hit. They don't make adjustments of playing well in the slot. And typically the route tree and knowing all the routes is not that important to him. So seeing his development in all those areas, and you have to give credit to Andy Reid, seeing the talent, developing the talent, and now utilizing the talent in full display, because his ability to play outside the numbers, special teams, in the backfield, and be able to run speed reverses, it's second to none to anyone in the NFL.
And he is a tough dude, man. You see his picture when they do the player introductions. His neck is about wider than his ears, and he has almost a boxer toughness to him, which he takes big hits over the middle, which is another thing. You don't typically see the speed wide receivers like Teddy Ginn, Deshaun Jackson. Guys.
Typically when you have speed, courage don't. They typically, when God gives them out, they're at one end of the conveyor belt, one's at the other end.
They've been able to run away from trouble their whole life. But that highlight compilation we just showed was all against the Patriots. And it was 3 touchdowns in 3 totally different ways, totally unique. The first one we showed, he's the only guy in the league, I think, that can be off the ground and he's already at top speed. Like for him, he lands, he's at top speed. The next one that's going to show, he reads where Mahomes is going. He came all the way across the field. Yep. Slid and caught it.
Yep, broke his route off. That's not a special teams player.
This one here is just a regular route. He's running a post route to the corner of the end zone. But it's everything. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's significant because they had him supposedly bracket coverage. He was so fast, he ran through the coverage. And that's what the Patriots are going to have to deal with on a regular basis on Sunday.
Right, and that he is the most important player in this football game. Because when the Chiefs lost Kareem Hunt, and I said, I think they're going to be okay. They won't be as good, but I think they'll be okay. One of the things I said then was, if they had lost Tyreek Hill, you could rip up the season. Like, he is the key to everything they do offensively, second only to Mahomes, because it is, to me, the fear factor he puts in the defense and the way they move him. They put him in the backfield. They have him running across the field. And the way everyone has to pay attention to him, that then if all of a sudden your second priority is the best tight end in football, Travis Kelce, and your third priority is Sammy Watkins, now you're at a real deficit. Him just being on the field causes so much anxiety for the defense.
Now, I don't prioritize the offense that way. To me, their passing game starts with Travis Kelce.
Okay.
He's the best tight end in the league. His ability to be able to run routes and the fear of him being down the field, you can see how much they double team him. That's what defenses think. But, man, you're talking about a 1-2 punch that's like no other in Kelce, in Tyreek Hill. Major respect to what they've done as far as with their games.
What we don't talk about is how someone whose talent base or talent whatever level like Tyreek Hill, how that makes Patrick Mahomes better, how it makes a young quarterback better, knowing that even though he is so accurate, he can place the ball just about anywhere, and someone like Tyreek's going to get it and be able to outrun someone.
Yeah, we have a number of teams in the NFL that are doing RPOs. Where the quarterback, he's got the read option. But there is no one in the NFL has a more dangerous, because Patty Mahomes' ability to be able to adjust his arm and throw at any angle, and he's throwing to the fastest guy in football from the slot. We see a lot of the RPOs, the guys are outside, they fake it to the back, and the guys run the quick slant. In the first New England game, man, they had Tyreek Hill open. He's so dangerous. And now with those RPOs and the separation with those linebackers, he can do so many things that the defense fears. It breaks down the principles for which the defense, and you won't have no one to run with him. So there's no one like him in the game of football, and how they utilize him, I believe, is really, really special, and those RPOs is just one aspect of it.
And he is a big game performer. First game of the season, the game that got this Chiefs season started off right on the road against the other best team in their division, the Chargers. He starts the season off with a punt return touchdown. First touch of the season for the Kansas City Chiefs was a touchdown, and then in that game, 7 for 169 and 2 touchdowns. The next biggest game they played, that Pats game, 7 for 142 and 3 touchdowns. The Rams game, the game of the year everyone was talking about on Monday Night Football, 10 for 215 and 2 touchdowns. And the game that saved the 1 seed for the Chiefs, that Baltimore Ravens game, 8 for 139, and the 4th and 7 completion that kept that game alive when Mahomes is running and he finds a way to get open.
His body, yes.
And so he has had his biggest moments in the biggest spots. He's going to have to continue that this weekend at Arrowhead.
All right, back to Seventh Woods real quick. It turns out we were both right. He was named for a Bible verse. Also Seinfeld.
No,
Jenna,
you wrote that.
Seinfeld. I don't think I did.
I'm shocked.
Got to take a break. Coming up, is Antonio Brown too much of a diva for the locker room? One NFL head coach thinks so. Next on